Vicky Size just said, oh, I've done that. Vicky is here. Hi. Hello, my friend.
Thank you so much for
to
having
see
me,
you.
my
It's my
beautiful
pleasure.
friend.
It is my pleasure. So here is the cool thing. Vicky is with us, and she is the founder and creator of a brand that has a pretty remarkable story. You're on Tuesday Night Beauty all the time.
Oh.
And Vicky used to work in really the cosmetics industry, deep stealth working in there, testing products on her face, on her skin, and then broke out and had severe reactions and realized, wow, this is not good. I need some help. She left the industry but needed to create a brand that kind of cured all that ailed her when meds and other high-end stuff didn't. And you actually went to your roots and to the Far East to find beauty rituals that made for what we admire in the pictures, at least, of geishas and others, their porcelain perfect skin.
Yes.
And here's the coolest thing. Vicky brings us something that is a true centuries-old ritual tonight that is actually, since her company was a 2014 Customer Choice Beauty Award winner for Rising Star. You're loving all of these Asian beauty rituals and how far back they date and how beautiful they make your skin. This is a set of 6 that when it was just sold as a single one, it became customer top rated like that. These are called deep hydration sheet masks. I don't mind saying the set of 6 would normally be $168 at retail because each one is $28. You use one pretty much every couple weeks, and they are super customer top rated because of what they do.
That's right.
What is a sheet mask?
A sheet mask, this is so exciting. I will actually show it here. A sheet mask is different from mud masks or those masks that you kind of paint on. It's actually made out of a sheet. Usually they're made out of paper, but ours is actually made out of a gel material that's made out of a coconut. So you put them on because it gives your skin the luxury of time to drink up the serum that it holds within it.
It's extraordinary. And here's the deal. I'm going to show you a picture of a geisha. Vicky always likes to bring this picture along because it really helps to amplify the TATCHA brand story, which TATCHA means what?
The beauty of a single standing flower, the beautiful elements of nature that you see when you strip all the excess away.
And so the excess here, the makeup, the performance makeup that a geisha performance artist would wear, we're seeing a picture here, you sitting next to one. And so what is this kind of conveying for us?
Oh, so we've known that they're beauty icons for 300 years, but we never knew what they did because they don't write it down. One time, however, in 1813, it was written down. We believe it's the only written account of their beauty rituals. And so we got that book, and TATCHA is that book brought to life.
And so when we talk about a sheet mask and when she holds it up and you see the cutouts for the eyes and the mouth and you're thinking, when do I use this? How do I use this? Why do I use this? First, let's talk about how they used to use a sheet mask because it dates back centuries. We really amplified a photo out of that book that we were just talking about to tell the story of a sheet mask.
Yes. So what you're going to see in a moment here is going to be a tea kettling system. And they would take a botanical and put it at the top and let it steep overnight. And they take a piece of kimono silk and lay it over the top. The steam would take the essence from the botanical and it would rise up through the night. And then the piece of silk would capture that live essence, and in the morning it would be saturated, and then leave it on their face for 15 minutes, and it would just let their skin glow, and it would feed their skin these beautiful nutrients.
Glow. As I look at your skin, which glows.
Oh, as is yours. Thank you.
As I think about the porcelain skin that we often see and admire and stalk even because we want it so much from these beautiful centuries gone by and the Far East cultures. Now we're going to see some before and afters because you took a centuries-old beauty ritual that was about infusing deep hydration and anti-aging and yielding glowing skin, and then you amplified it with a little bit of science, and here we are with some pictures in just 15 minutes after these women used your sheet mask.
Yes, I love this photo. If you look at her eye on the left side and on the right side, do you see how much smoother and softer it is? We did clinical studies and we found out that 100% of women after 15 minutes experienced an increase in the hydration of their skin, and on average the increase for all of these women was 197%. It's incredible. Every single woman saw an amazing increase in her skin hydration. The next picture that you're going to see on this eye, again, look at the left side underneath the eye and around the right, on the orbital bone. And do you see on the right how she's just positively glowing and smooth? In our consumer study, what we found is that 100% of women said that they had firmer skin after a single use of 15 minutes.
100%
Yes.
of people, which is pretty remarkable
single one.
and pretty unheard of.
Yes. Here on her chin, do you see the texture of her chin there? On the left side, there's just a little bit of roughness. On the right side, do you see how smooth and nice it is? In the same consumer study, after one use, 83% of women said that their pores were smaller. That's hard. And then 100% of them said that their skin felt smoother. This is, again, one use, 15 minutes.
This is a centuries-old beauty ritual from geishas and a culture that has produced some of the most enviable skin, glowing, hydrated, youthful. It's largely where the concept of where is the fountain of youth. Women look to the Far East and the skin that we've been showing you pictures of in those Asian cultures and geishas and try to emulate it. This is that in a mask. This is what it looks like when you take it out of the little pack. By the way, you get 6 of these packs. We don't have many of these to ship immediately. If you miss your chance, you're gonna have to wait for them. We do have an easy pay, like everything until midnight is on easy pay, yay QVC. This is what the mask looks like. And you said it's made out of coconut, and then I also know there's red algae.
Yes, and hyaluronic acid.
There's like super foods.
The serum in here is super anti-aging, and the mask itself is made out of coconut. In fact, it takes an entire coconut to make one of these masks.
So we take it out of the package.
You take it out of the package, it's going to look like this, and then I'm actually going to have you help me for just a moment. There's
Yes,
3
please.
layers. Thank you so much, beautiful
No
Shawn.
problem.
And when we hold it up, I'm going to take off the first layer.
Yep.
There we go. So you take off that first layer, and then we're going to show you over here, Jennifer has got the one side down, and Jennifer in a second is going to pull off the second layer. And when she pulls off the second layer and then she smooths on, you can see exactly what it's going to look like on her skin.
And so she has worn this for just 15 minutes. That's all that's required. Do we put it on AM, PM, when?
You could, anytime that you want. I love to do it right before a big event or right before you're going to put on your major treatments. I always do it before I come on air to see you, before I go and do
So
anything
out of the
that's
shower
important.
perhaps, clean dry skin, but
Clean dry
before we
skin and put it
moisturize
on.
and before we make up.
That's right.
And then she leaves it on 15 minutes, Vicki, and then as we're going to see on one of the girls as well, then you slowly peel the mask off.
Yes.
And what remains, by the way, there's nothing bad in here. There's no parabens, there's no sulfates, there's no mineral oil, there's no synthetic fragrance. This is like super food, super centuries old beauty ritual captured in what is now becoming the trendiest thing centuries later for all cultures to get on board with, which is these sheet masks. You take it off and then you pat in and rub in the ingredient even more.
Yes, because each one of these pouches has 20 milliliters of serum, and your skin's going to drink it up in that 15 minutes. And what beautiful Amy's doing here is she just put it in, and then Amy, if you touched your skin, how does it feel?
So cool.
It's cool. And it's because it's like a tall drink of water for your skin. It's so hydrated that it feels cool to the touch. And then you just seal it in with your moisturizer.
Unbelievable. You said earlier that this is really for everybody, that it's trying to turn back the hands of time and get glowing, fed, hydrated skin. We're going to show you the before and afters again, because that's the pretty crazy thing. It's a 15-minute mask. They call them in these Asian cultures sheet masks. You get 6 of them. Normally they're $28 each, because there's a ton of superfoods and anti-aging science inside each mask. It is basically like the mask version of anti-aging serum. But it is so amplified and on steroids almost, that it is feeding, and doing in 15 minutes what you see in these pictures, and the studies prove is crazy.
These before and afters to me look like something that you'd expect after 8 weeks with a super cream. So on the left side here, do you see her eye on her smile lines? And on her right side, do you see how much smoother it is? What we found is that in a clinical study, every single woman after 15 minutes saw an increase in hydration, and on average that increase was 197%. The next picture that you're going to see of an eye, on the left side, do you see how underneath, there's just, we've got that, everybody's got that. And on the right side, it's glowing, it's taut, it's just so beautiful. And what we found with this one as well, in a consumer use study, 100% of women said that their skin was firmer after a single use of 15 minutes.
100%.
100%, every single one, 15 minutes.
Every single person,
Yes.
15 minutes later,
Yes.
said what?
That their skin was firmer.
I mean,
That's hard. And then on here, the chin, do you see the textural difference between the left and right side? And if you could see even closer, you'd find that her pores look so much smaller. And in our consumer use study, after one use, 83% of women said their pores are smaller, and 100% of women said that their skin felt smoother.
We're very busy on the phone lines, so what I can do is encourage you to do automated ordering. Call, obviously, the number that we keep flashing on your screen, 1-800-345-1515. This is on Easy Pay until midnight. You know, Vicki and I have worked together quite a bit because her brand is extremely beloved since coming to QVC. Hence, you won the award last year. I don't think I've seen you since then.
Thank you so much.
And so, you know, you guys have really voted this the next big thing. In prestige retail, in boutique retail, she already is the big thing. And I love the brand story that we often tell when you're on Tuesday Night Beauty too, that, you know, it really came out of your own need to really go back to the roots of something.
Yes.
To figure out how to do skin and healthy, beautiful, young skin a whole new way, because all these other products that everyone's pushing and selling and branding, we're not working, and in fact, we're damaging for you.
Not for me. And I came from the beauty care industry, so I should be able to figure out what to use. And I was confused, and I had an acute skin condition, so I really had no choice. Going back to Asia, I found out that there's a simple way, an easy way, a natural way, and so that's what we do.
These are sheet masks. Again, a reminder, they are a hot pick on the day. They actually are all about deep hydration, and this is what they look like, which I know is probably, if you're not familiar with the hottest, trendingest, major happeningest things in skincare and beauty right now, it may look a little funny, but it is not a joke at all. This is the biggest thing
It is.
your industry is talking about.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot about it here in the U.S. probably over the next year, but in Asia, this is a huge category, and women will use it all the time, sometimes every day. I don't think you need it every day. I think of each one of these as a facial, and you don't need a facial every day. I personally will find that this will last me 3 months.
It's brilliant, the whole set of six.
The whole thing. And whether you're going to a wedding, whether you've been out in the sun too long for Memorial Day weekend, happy weekend, everybody.
There are
So
instructions on the back, obviously, but we're gonna walk you through again how this works as we look at the girls. So, Vicki, the masks themselves already come they're made out of coconut, they contain red algae and all of these hyaluronic anti-aging ingredients. They come already pre-cut
and pre-saturated with 20 milliliters of serum. So much serum. And then what we're going to see here, Jennifer just put it on, and you can see how it fits. If Jennifer felt like doing a backflip right now, do you want to do a backflip? I'm just kidding. If you did, it would not move, it would not drip, it would just stay in place so you can have your morning coffee. You can blow dry your hair, you can feed your child. And oh, here we are again with these beautiful B&As. So on the left side here, outside of her eye, do you see the smile lines? On the right side, how much smoother it is? In our clinical study, every single woman after 15 minutes, a single use, saw increased hydration in the skin. On average, it was 197% increase in hydration. On the left side, you see her eye. On the right side, see how taut it is around her orbital bone and how beautiful. 100% of women in the consumer use study said their skin was firmer. I mean, after one use.
I will just share with you guys, over 1,000 ordered. Hydration is the ticket. If we're looking for a fountain of youth, that's actually it. We don't have to look so hard and think so much about it, because the lack thereof, Vicki, is what causes the fine lines and wrinkles. When there's no moisture, the leather club chair will crack. And so actually that is what you need to put back into your skin to make the wrinkles soften and fade away and treat that problem. So this is just that. It's a super deep hydration facial once every 2 weeks, and you get 6 of them.
If you like serums, you're going to love masks. Absolutely.
I remember obviously talking to you before the show about this and saying, I've been reading about this, I've been hearing about this. I know there are companies that actually just exclusively deal in Asia in sheet masks. That's all they produce, because it is a huge ritual within their skincare routine.
It is. You know who brought it over here first is Hollywood. Every time there's the major red carpet events, our phone starts ringing. Yes.
Everyone starts using a sheet mask.
Exactly.
And when you get results in 15 minutes, you can understand why. They're going here first, because a facial takes an hour.
Yes.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
You're so beautiful.
So
Thank
cool.
you.
So cool. So